So it'd be interesting to see. But what kind of your thoughts on Brooklyn? We'll talk about the salary cap now that they've got after their big three players. Have Brooklyn won this trade, or has it been a nightmare for them?
If I'm honest, I think it's very close to what they did in 2012, 2013 when they traded for Paul Pierce and
Kevin Garnett. Yeah.
They have put a lot of their future in three players that could leave them in 2 years' time.
Mm. And they're also three older players as well.
Yeah, three players. And because in 2022, the start of the 2022-23 season, they all have a player option to whether they want to come back or not.
Yeah.
And, if they're there at that time and they all pick up their player options, which again is a bit like a big chance, that means that their total tax bill would be over $120 million.
So at the minute they're 54 million over the salary cap, aren't they?
Currently $54 million over the salary cap. They're $29.8 million over the luxury tax, which means that their luxury tax bill is $84 million.
Which is stupid, really.
On top of all the salaries they already have to pay during a pandemic.
During a pandemic, and they're paying all of that money for one of the most expensive and key players not to play basketball.
Exactly. I personally think it's like you're playing 2K like my league or something.
Yeah.
You go in, I'll just chuck whatever I can to get the best players in the league.
I think it was Mo Bamba that said yesterday, he was like, no one's allowed to play with the Brooklyn Nets anymore because it's just unfair on 2K.
It's ridiculously unfair. But in real life, I just don't. Not even just the salaries, but I just don't see them working together as a trio.
They're all scoring prone players, aren't they? Score first players.
They all want the ball in their hands, and they'll all be wanting to take the final shot. And in my opinion, all it takes is one missed game winner for them to all, throw their handbags out. You know what I mean?
Well, like Kyrie and Durant both missed back-to-back, didn't they?
Exactly. So, or you can just see like a big game, whether it's in the regular season or the postseason. More specifically, probably the postseason, a big, game 2, game 3, final minute, game winner, and Harden decides to ISO and take the final shot instead of passing potentially an open Durant or Irving.
Who would you want taking the last shot?
That's the thing. Who would you? Probably Durant.
Yeah, I want Durant. Yeah, 100%.
He's more clutch than the other two. But realistically, all three of those players could make that shot, but you can realize you can respect that the two players that don't get that shot will be annoyed,
angry, yeah.